thank you for completing this short training in order to continue to make Creekwood UMC the kind of visitor-friendly place it has been known to be. Did you know research says that church guests decide whether or not to return to the church they are visiting in the first 10 minutes to 12 minutes upon entering the church's campus? So what's happening in those first 12 minutes? They see our facilities, they meet our people, they decide whether or not we can meet their needs, they decide whether or not to come back, all before they have heard the music or the sermon. Alright, let's check a few facts. Fact 1, Creekwood cannot grow without visitors. Fact 2, Creekwood cannot grow if our visitors don't come back. So let's stop a moment and name 2 things you can think of that we are currently doing every single Sunday to make sure our visitors return. What is one thing that you think we could start doing? So here's a little to-do list for each of us in the Welcome Team ministry. Wear your name tags. Wear yours each time you're on Welcome Team duty. It lets people know who to turn to for assistance. Be friendly. We will talk a lot about this during the training. Understand the value of ministry. If we do our job well here today, you will walk away with this understanding. Escort guests to the Welcome Center/information desk when you know someone is new and visiting. Don't tell them where it's at, take them there. Physically walk them over to the welcome desk. Introduce your guests by name. When you get to the Creekwood Welcome Desk/information desk, introduce your visitor by name and explain what their need is. Don't just leave them there to introduce themselves and tell them what they need. Clipboards. These tell all relevant information for particular Sundays, so read them. Also pick up a bulletin in case you are asked about any future events. Station duties. Customize list of all things that each station does. Absence. Procedure for being absent on your day. There's a list of substitutes for you to contact to cover your absence. And don't forget to let your team leader know if you will not be present and who your substitute will be. Activity. Take time to read over our station duties. Holiday Inn interviewed 5,000 people to fill 500 positions that were needed to open a new facility. When the hotel manager interviewed these candidates, they excluded anybody who smiled fewer than 4 times during the course of an interview. This standard was applied to every single available job. How many of us would qualify a job at Holiday Inn? Just a little food for thought. Research tells us that a church visitor's greatest desires are to make me feel special, treat me as an individual, respect me and my children, and be knowledgeable. Read the information from your clipboard before the first guest gets to you so you can answer everybody's questions. There are 3 simple steps. These steps are reported to be from Disney, hence the Mickey Mouse image. Mickey is holding a gift because this is what we are all about, giving our guests the gift of hospitality. When the guest is 7 feet away from you, look at the people walking towards you, smile, nod, or wave, and acknowledge that you see them. You don't have to stare at them for the next 7 feet as they walk in. Just catch their eye and give them that welcoming look and gesture. Speak to the guest. Good morning. May I help you? Good to see you. Happy Mother's Day. Isn't it a beautiful day God has provided? Another 3-step closer about 1 foot away from you. Say, we're glad you're here. Good morning. Welcome back. The trap that everyone on each and every welcome team needs to avoid. Spending your time chatting with current members or friends. Too often we let first-time visitors slip right by us because of a friend or another current member has engaged us in a conversation. It may be a legitimate conversation about church, but all the same, we are focused on our duty, which is to keep an eye open for new visitors and help him/her. Figure out how you can get out of a conversation without being rude or hurting somebody's feelings. We recommend telling the other person at the beginning of their conversation, I'm on the welcome team duty, so I'm going to be scanning the crowd while you talk to me. And if I need to break away to help someone, I'll come back to you later. Most churches consider themselves to be very friendly. The truth is, they are, but usually amongst themselves. It is important for all members of Creekwood to do their best to make sure that every guest feels loved and welcome, but the welcome team has to lead the way. Thanks for attending this short welcome training. If you have any questions, feel free to contact one of us.